Right. Good evening, everyone. I'm Professor McCoy. Welcome back to Kingdom Come Deliverance II. Let's jump back into things. So, thanks for joining me this evening. Hope you're having a good week, had a good weekend, etc. I believe we're actually going to advance the main plot at least a little bit tonight. We'll see how much, but it'll be good. I do still need to do some selling of stuff. I keep not doing off stream. I keep oh shoot, that's right. I didn't deal with the whole robbery thing, did I? Oh man. Huh? What is this place? Huh. Hey, guard. Can we resolve this whole thing?
My God. Oh well.
You're a wanted man around here, you thief! Surrender now!
I surrender!
Okay, so...
You're a wanted man! You've been loitering around where you shouldn't have. And I've received reports of things going missing. Don't think we're idiots. You've been accused of theft. You'll pay a fine, and if I don't find those things on you, you'll pay for them too.
250 groschen, Jesus. Nah, I'm gonna talk my way out of it, that's fine.
How dare you accuse me like that? Like some ordinary peasant? Do you have any idea who I am?
Oh, I apologize, my lord. I must have made a mistake. Let's just forget about this.
Okay then. Wait for the tournament day. Alright. Well, I gotta do that. I gotta wait for the tournament day. I wish I could figure this one out. I can go to the palace. I could do that right now. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna
Good day.
I'm gonna go to bed. Actually, I'm gonna go to my
Easy.
my little tavern,
Easy.
my little inn, and go
Nice
do some
and
sleeping. Go do a little sleeping. I'm gonna get my stuff. I'm gonna sell my stuff, and I'm gonna sell some things until tournament day. I'll do the tournament, then we'll advance the main plot with that. How about that? Wait. Oh. Inn's this way. Whoops. All right.
Christ! Pardon me.
Sorry. Just coming in for the night. Good evening. Friendly faces. All right. Anyway, so yeah, can I cook? Oh, not that. Good lord, not that. That's from the if you recall, I think I did this on stream from the little Snow White house. Oh, all right.
Oh, well. Now just this.
Let's read some books and then go to sleep. shall we? Can't read books. Already read all the books. Go to sleep. Oh, I'm already well rested. Well, fine. Go until morning. Whatever. Anyway. Oh. Whoops. There we go. Ah, good morning. Okay. 5 dueling longswords. Good lord. All right. Oh, I'm over encumbered. All right. All right, well, let's go to the horse. Let's get out of here.
I told him the entire message, word for word, just like you asked.
God.
Gutenberg Knight Shield is actually not as good as the Holavi Shield. What a shame. There we go. No longer encumbered.
Easy, good horse.
So, there's something I've been thinking about lately. Political sort of thing. So, bear with me. So, you know the whole woke right controversy, presumably. Where there's this gang of former leftists, led by James Lindsay, again, noted gay rights activist James Lindsay. The James Lindsay who everyone is absolutely shocked to find out is actually straight. Sorry, that was kind of mean and ad hominem, but don't care. He's a goofball. I can make fun of him. In any case, so yeah, this whole
You can't
what?
be here.
Why not? I'm trying to sharpen my sword. I can't. You're not gonna let me sharpen my sword here. Okay, fine. I'll find somewhere else.
It still hurts.
Oh,
What's that noise? And I was beginning to worry what that was.
oh, sorry, that was me.
It's just you.
Eh.
Oh, it's just you, eh?
Yes, it's just me. All right, let's see. How many?
We've got enough to go around.
God
Everything
give
you
you
need.
Back, right? Anyway, so this James Lindsay and friends gang of folks, the ones who are going around essentially accusing people who are, I mean, specifically it's people who are anti-Israel, of being woke right. Right, so this woke right term, which, I mean, ultimately I think we can realize is essentially just a snarl
The
term.
razor.
it doesn't actually mean anything. It is purely an insult, with no specific denotation. But it's interesting to me that the people of this sort, the people in this sort of group, the James Lindsays, the Konstantin Kissins, the like Dave Rubin, even people like this. There is something interesting.
All right. This is already sharp.
There's something that is particularly interesting to me about these guys. And it is that they have these characteristics, these common character. Hi, Mud. What do you? Excuse me. Excuse me, Mud. Mud,
Sharp as
please.
a razor.
Mud, please. I don't need to sharpen mud. Oh, jeez. Every nonsense is going on at once. There we go. All right. Anyway, there's something odd about these folks. But it's a pattern. And no, I am, just to clarify, I'm not alluding to like Jewishness or whatever. Because as far as I know, James Lindsay is not Jewish, either ethnically or religiously. I don't think... Konstantin Kissin might be, but I actually don't know. I don't think he is religiously, at least. Dave Rubin is, but he's a sort of tertiary figure in this, if anything. The point, though, what is interesting to me about this, right, is that these are folks who are former leftists who have sort of, quote, as they say, left the left because the left is kind of insane
already,
right? They realize that the left has gone mad, has gone too far, etc., etc. Right. Okay, fair enough. Correct on all those counts. But then they come over to the right, and they are essentially Zionist warhawks.
Show me your wares.
This fascinates me. I mean, is this a weaponsmith or
To your liking, sir.
a weaponsmith or an armorsmith? Okay, armorer. Got it. I should sell armor to this guy. Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be an issue.
Let's talk about the price.
All right. Aye, that. I'm glad you found what you were looking for, sir.
A couple of things, alright, moving on.
Anything you need. Fine things, some fine wares.
No. You almost can't afford anything I can sell.
Let's talk about the...
Anyway, what's interesting about them being this sort of we left to the left sort of people, and them being these Zionist warhawks, is that that is a shocking parallel to another group of ex-leftists. Oh. Problem. Okay.
I'd like to discuss...
Gonna have money.
Do you accept?
That's... Finally.
Okay.
You've helped you.
What interests me, right, is that there is this shocking parallel between these James Lindsay types and his gang and the neoconservatives, the original neoconservatives. What fascinates me is that there seems to be this what is to me a kind of mystifying parallelism. Between somebody being on the one hand an ex-leftist who sort of left the left and became a vaguely conservative, or at least on the right somehow, and retains these strange properties of warmongering and specifically warmongering in the context of warmongering in the context of Israel.
A word about the price. Do you accept?
You won't. Why?
There you go.
Danke. Das war ein gutes Geschäft, mein Herr.
Vegetables, mushrooms.
I don't know. Again, I'm not sure what to make of all this. I'm genuinely unsure as to why there is this parallel. Why these things seem to coincide. Why it is that these ex-leftists who find themselves on the right, sort of by default, because if you recall, and a lot of people don't know this, the original neoconservatives, people who called themselves neoconservatives, in the 80s and 90s, and I think a little before that, but probably most notably in the 80s and 90s, that these people were essentially like ex-Trotskyites. They weren't just, ex-leftists. They were, to a large extent, ex-Marxists. They were extreme, dangerously extreme leftists.
Easy.
It's fascinating to me. Truly fascinating to me that that we find this kind of these former leftists who follow this very same pattern, coming to the right, but then coming to the right with this really specific baggage. I don't know why. I'm genuinely unsure as to what's going on there, and why that seems to be the case. Okay, maybe this is just a coincidence, and maybe this is just a sort of confluence of two completely different, separate groups of people who did something that's slightly similar. But if so, it's a weird coincidence. It's a weird coincidence that that we have these two groups with we have these two groups with very little in common in terms of their backgrounds, or very little in terms of in common in terms of their actual ideology. But they have the same weird little eccentricity, which is also a really, dangerous, nasty eccentricity, but a weird little eccentricity nonetheless. I don't know. There is something fascinating about that to me.
Nothing yet, but it's just a matter of time. I keep hearing about people's houses and stores being robbed. I'm just waiting for my turn.
Aye.
There's a smuggler's storehouse here, apparently. Can I check it out? Can I check that out?
Welcome, sir. What can I do for you?
Come on. Well, maybe I can go through here. No, can't. Maybe I can go through here. Amaram, what about your place?
Do you need something?
Nope. Thank you. No, guess not. That's very strange. Maybe I have to go through the underground to get there. Yeah, that's it. Oh well. Anyway, that whole former leftists being
Excuse me?
having these consistent nasty beliefs. Fascinating. It's been on my mind lately. Been intriguing. Bit intriguing. Oh, I could sell some books here, can't I? The Scribbler. Okay.
I'd like to do something. How's this?
We're nearly. Hi. I'm glad you found what you were looking for, sir.
All right.
Don't be coy. My wares will bring you joy.
All right, you have enough money to buy the Squirus, right? No, you don't. What can I buy from you? Peter Shield, Paveses. Ooh. Night Shield. That's actually... These are all quite good. Not as good as what I have, though. Okay.
Let's talk about the...
I might as well, right?
Finally. Thank you, sir. And come again.
Trade in goods.
I'm afraid it'll go bad on me soon. Someone should really do something about that.
Sell anything else, can I?
Word about the...
Sehr gut. I can agree.
Okay.
Danke. Das war ein gutes Geschäft, mein Herr.
All right. Where to next? Plus says, based when your campaign has been on hiatus for almost a year, a new DM starts soliciting players for a new campaign. Okay, so first of all, to clarify, well, first of all, to apologize. That campaign is not a new campaign. That is an ongoing campaign that's been going for actually since a ways before our Star Wars game went on hiatus. Actually, it's just we are going into a new section of the game, like Act 2, basically, and we're down a couple of players. So looking for new people to join. That's the idea. Yeah, no, I really do want to get back to our Star Wars game. I don't know when I would have consistent time for it.
I'm glad you found what you needed, sir.
I almost wanted to... I don't know what I can commit to. I'm actually thinking about it now. Maybe we'll chat about it. I don't know. I'll I might be able to do like once every other week kind of thing, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I'll think about it. I will think about it.
Welcome.
I have still been pretty busy lately, but maybe, who knows? Yeah, there we go. Anything else I can sell now? A couple of these little things. Yeah,
I
sure.
was
there we
glad
go.
to be of help to you, good sir.
Just get the corner over
Did you
here.
bring anything back with you?
Yeah. Nah, I gotcha. It's yeah, it was one of those things where I think I overloaded my plate a bit. Klaus says, I know every other week would be better for me than every week. Yeah, that might work more generally too, but maybe.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy
We're thinking
name.
about.
Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now and at the hour of our death. Amen.
Amen. Also, I think my perks might be glitching, because that should be activating Fundamentals of Theology 2, not 1.
Welcome, good
But oh
man.
well.
I'll be right with you.
Alright, Swordsmith, huh? Yeah. All I can do. Oh.
Word about the...
Is this enough?
That's quite a... Finally.
There we go.
I'm glad you found what you were looking for, sir.
Are there any other smithies in Kuttenberg I can sell to? There's that one right there, okay. There's one more, literally one more, that I can maybe sell something to. Gosh. I understand the complaint that everyone seems to have had about this game, that the economy is absolutely borked. But also, I've said this before, and I will say it again, that's absolutely deliberate. That's an element of realism.
You're always welcome here.
Like, that's the thing about sort of medieval economies, even late medieval economies like this. Money, like cash money, excuse me, coinage, was not exactly the main method of it wasn't the main store of value. It was a medium of indirect exchange, more primarily.
But I've got
But-
so much to do, I'd have to smile.
But goods, and even things like land,
Fountain? Where does the water come from?
or fountains, for that
Here,
matter,
in the middle of the city.
cool fancy stuff, that was store of value, for the most part. And it wasn't because of the issues we would have today, right? Today, frankly, there are good reasons for cash money not to be the preferred store of value, now, because it's not, right? If you have a lot of wealth that you need to save and sort of store that value over time, you should not keep it in dollars. Like no, that's very stupid. However, the reason why not is radically different from the reason why not in the Middle Ages. In the Middle Ages, well, okay, hold on. Let me start now, then I'll go back to them. Now, the reason you don't want to keep wealth in dollars is because of inflation. Right? Dollars, a dollar today is worth more than a dollar tomorrow. That is to say that the value of a dollar decreases reliably day by day. So if you're going to save in dollars, you're losing. You're essentially paying negative interest. And so you have to make positive interest i.e., you have to invest or buy something other than dollars in order to not just to make a profit, but to even stay afloat. Right, to even prevent your dollars from losing value. Oh, hey,
I have not changed my answer.
Oh, there's a whole cutscene.
I will not sell you the rights to my mines. Not today, not tomorrow, nor in 100 years. You will not get your hands on my silver.
You forget I have influential friends. If you won't sell the mines, you'll lose them. Just like Malashov. Along with your life, if you defy me.
Ooh. It's quite a threat. It's weird that he's a noble with a Bacillard. Oh, that's not a Bacillard. That is a sword. It's a proper sword.
Two can play that game. Did you really think that I didn't know you were stealing the royal silver, eh? When your self-proclaimed king finds that out, your head will be on the chopping block.
Seize that traitor!
Not another step.
You'll get yours too, turtle dove.
Who's the crazy girl?
What are you waiting for? Can't you see? They're threatening the Royal Mint Master!
Can I kill the Royal Mint Master? This sounds fun. Oh, he ran away. Coward. I can't kill him if he runs away.
He's one of them! Get him! Come on, strike! Come!
Okay, you're down.
Help me! You wounded me badly! Good! Bad!
You got it!
Another one down.
You swan! You'll pay for that!
Kill him!
For Christ's sake! Hey!
Yeah, we got him.
Damn.
Brutards.
They gave me a going over. Good thing you showed up, lad.
Yeah.
You alright, sir? Looks like you took some hits.
Speak up,
just
Henry.
a scratch.
Papa, my God, you're hurt.
I'm all right. What the hell was that, Rosa?
I saved your life. Didn't you notice?
She's insane.
We would have been in the right if you hadn't taken the shot. Now we have the blood of the king's men on our hands. Do you have any idea what this means?
Was I supposed to let one of Sigismund's lackeys insult us in our own home?
And you thought this was a better solution?
You know what? Let's just leave it be. I don't want to argue in front of the young man here. Apologies for the mess, stranger. There aren't usually so many corpses strewn about our courtyard.
Okay.
Apology accepted.
We'll call the guards and tell them what happened. That Ulrich Vavak and his men attacked us for no reason.
You think that will make them let us off the hook?
Not for free. But knowing young Plimo, the commander of the guard, I'm sure he won't refuse my coin. But back to you, lad. Who are you? And why have you graced us with your visit?
And
I'm
your
Henry
steel.
of Scalitz, squire to Lord Capon of Perkstein.
Pleased to meet you. Conslin Routard. And this feisty creature here is my daughter Rosa.
Like father, like daughter.
Why did your master send you to me, Henry?
He didn't, sir. Unfortunately, he's in enemy captivity.
We're sorry to hear that.
But I plan to rescue him. And I believe you can help me with that.
We can? How?
Lord Capon is held at Malashov.
Our Malashov? I don't envy him. I was planning on fixing the roof before they took it from us. It's full of leaks. I doubt its new master will lift a finger to do anything about it. But tell me, why would I meddle in matters that don't concern me?
Well, we all stand on the same side. Against Sigismund.
That is undoubtedly true. I don't like that ginger bastard either. Especially since his people started sticking their fingers in my coffers. But to get involved in something as dangerous as freeing a captured nobleman in a territory conquered by Sigismund?
We have to do something to help. I know it's dangerous.
Dangerous? It's madness. What if somebody finds out?
So I will say, okay, all right. I will continue what I was talking about here briefly, so I don't get too lost off topic. Why not store wealth in coinage in the medieval period? At least most of the medieval period in most places, because it's a diverse time, diverse locations, etc. But in cases like Gutenberg in Czechia, as best I understand it, the main reason for the cash poverty, so to speak, is for a few reasons. First of all, the simple lack of precious metals. Precious metals were quite precious, and so they were put to use. Now, that isn't to say that things were sort of worth more money. That's not exactly it. It's just that money, that is to say coinage, like hard money, had better uses than as a store of value, and that is to say, as a medium of exchange. There was no reason to hold on to coinage because there wasn't really appreciable appreciation or depreciation. It was relatively steady in value. There wasn't much of a reason to keep money in coinage, and then further, it was less secure. Hard assets, whether that is land, whether that is like physical goods like armor, clothing, textiles, crop yields, whatever, were far more identifiable. So if anything goes missing, whether that's stolen or lost or whatever, then it's quite identifiable. You can say, oh, I lost this. This is where it is. I have found it. This is mine. Give it back. And you can prove it. That's much harder to do with coinage. You can keep close records of how much money you have, how many coins you have. But if you lose them, the whole point of coins is that they are, the whole point of any money, really, is that they are fungible, entirely fungible. They are meant to be indistinguishable from each other. And so without something like a complex banking system, which didn't exist in most of the Middle Ages, it was relatively unsecure to keep large amounts of coinage, of hard money. It was far more secure, far more stable, far more reliable, and almost as liquid, because you could trade assets, to keep your money in hard assets. Right. So, now that isn't to say that people didn't keep coinage. I'm sure that people like the Mint Master here probably does have a fair amount of coinage on him. But for somebody of Henry's station, let's say, a squire to a lesser noble, squire, roughly speaking, right? For him to have the amount of money that he has in coinage is patently absurd. If he had that kind of wealth, any reasonable person would spend it, use it, would purchase some kind of hard asset that will keep that value, that will keep that value safe, and it'll keep that value also somewhere where it can't be taken, especially. Like, that's the other thing. Henry here is carrying on his person, what did we determine? The weight of a minivan in silver coins? Like, no, listen. First of all, coins are heavy. Don't even joke about that. I mean, we can joke about it because it's game mechanics, but like in reality, no, you wouldn't carry that much money because there would be no need to. Which, by the way, that's the other thing too. For major purchases, you probably wouldn't use coinage. You would probably use other valuables. You'd purchase other valuables. You'd trade in other hard assets. Anyway, oh, Grace, hello and goodbye. Grace says she'll be back after dance. Back. Oh, Dancing with the Stars is almost over. Wanted to load it up for later. All right, well, welcome for now, and I'll see you soon. But yeah, anyway, it's a fascinating little tendency of medieval economics that cash was not king. Hard assets were by far preferable to most people under most circumstances. That even goes for the poor as well, right? For peasants, they might have money, but that money was basically they sold to somebody who gave them money, and then they went and used that money to go buy what they need. It's not like they would keep a lot of their wealth in money. They would keep their wealth in whatever it was that they produced, and whatever it was they had that they intended to sell. When they needed something, they would sell what they had and buy what they needed. And again, think of money in the medieval context, in the context of the medieval economy, more in terms of its value as a medium of indirect exchange, rather than its value as a store of value. Which, God, I still think that's kind of funny that we're heading in that direction today. I honestly do think that we are heading in a medieval direction in a lot of ways. And I think we can kind of hope so, honestly, because medieval society was a lot more civilized than modern or postmodern society in most ways that matter. I mean, obviously not technologically, but that's just sort of how things work over time. We develop technology, we accumulate capital. That's nice. That's great. It helps everybody. But in terms of social structures, our modern social structures are a frickin' mess. Remind me later to talk about surnames, because that's also another interesting little thing to mention. But later. We'll continue this chat here now.
Does it really matter?
It certainly does, lad. I'd only end up with my head on the chopping block. And I don't even want to think about what they'd do to Rosa.
That's true. As long as Vavak's breathing down our necks, we have to be careful.
What if I kill him?
Anyway,
Ulrich Vavak von Neuhaus. The new mint master appointed by Sigismund himself. He's had it in for us ever since he took over the office. He's been pressuring me to hand over my mining rights. It seems he'd like to see me reduced to a beggar. And now we've killed his men. The king's men. I'll have to reach deep into my pocket to get out of that. Like Rosa said, lad. As long as Vavak is around, my hands are tied. I'm sorry.
Did I kill him? God. Okay, I'm just reminded of that scene from The Waterboy. Of what's her name? Vicky, right? The love interest from The Waterboy, like holding up the sign to the window. Should I kill him? Oh God. I'm gonna watch The Waterboy again. That was a very fun movie. Let's not respond like that, despite me responding like that. That is not the appropriate way to handle a situation like this at all. I don't care if there's open warfare, which there is. That is going to go bad places quickly.
Then let's get rid of Vavak. He must have some weakness, right?
There may be one. It's obvious Vavak is getting richer than his office warrants. There are rumors going around that he's stealing the king's silver. He even uses it to mint counterfeit groschen.
Ooh.
Using a fake die. If Sigismund were to find out, he'd have him executed at once, regardless of his noble blood.
There we go. I mean, you could blackmail him, or you could just go straight to Sigismund. That seemed like the tack he was going for, based on how he was talking with Vavak. Wow, so yes, this is Chechia. There a high window around. Look, in this game, we really only throw gays off of rooftops. This isn't not nobles, not nobles. I still think it's absolutely hilarious that the prominent gay character that is to say same-sex attracted and sodomite character in these games, meets his end by being thrown from a high window by Henry of Skellets. Oh man. And people were worried this game was woke.
Ah, I see. You want to blackmail Vavak?
It certainly wouldn't hurt to have something on him that would put him in his place for good. Some kind of evidence.
But how do we find it?
Some of the silver goes missing somewhere along the way to the mint. And we have to find out where.
Find out? But how? They don't let just anyone into the mines and smelting works.
You're right.
I do know some miners.
Only authorized people are allowed in. Fortunately, we have an ally. My friend Peter of Pisek. They ousted him from the Mint Master's office, but his brother Christian remained in the Italian court. He wanted to become the Mint Master himself, but because of Vavak, he had to settle for the steward's office. He hates him even more than we do on account of it.
And that's saying something.
Christian and I were just talking about his suspicions. He'd welcome any dirt you can dig up on Vavak, just as much as I would. If you go to him and ask for help on my behalf, I'm sure he'll accommodate you. I'll help you free Lord Capon in exchange for evidence of Vavak's fraud. That's fair, isn't it?
All right. It's a deal. I've already met Peter of Pisek, and I know he can be trusted. Let's hope the same goes for his brother.
Excellent. You'll find Christian and Horshan at the estate near the mines. Tell him the password, Via Argentum, the pot of silver. He'll know who he's dealing with. But be careful, both of you. This is our last chance to stop Vavak.
We'll be praying for you.
Thank you. Okay, well.
Sorry.
Take that. I want a... I almost feel like I want a different Waffenfront. Like, I know how amazing my Knights of the Cross one is, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, no, I get it. But, like, at the same time, I feel like maybe I should get... I should mix it up, you know? What this? Is this a Saliate? I mean, they have this set up as a an archery range. I assume this is for Rosa practice. There's a pretty darn good shot there, it would seem.
And I'm telling you, he doesn't stand a chance. I'm always glad to see polite people like you. God be with you.
Cheers. I hope you have an uneventful shift.
Just please ignore the blood covering me and the fact that there's a bunch of dead guards in that courtyard back there. Please ignore that. I would appreciate you ignoring that. Thank you, please. Way up to Horshan, huh? Oh, well, not all the way to Horshan, to Grund, I guess. I forgot to get on my horse, didn't I? Encounter. Interesting. Hey, fellas.
Why there?
All right. What is it you need?
I said, come here. I want to talk to you.
Okay.
Give me your armor. I'm sure I can find a better use for it than you. What does a little stripling like you need armor for, anyway? And no funny stuff.
I've
Because
killed thousands
I
of
won't think
men.
twice about stabbing you in the neck.
I have killed thousands of men.
I'm not giving you a thing. It
I'm
belongs
covered
to me.
in blood.
Bad choice.
Go to hell.
Come on. Bring it. Come on. Oh, sorry, Mutt. Mutt. I'm sorry. Hey.
Look what I have for you.
Have some ribs. God. I could loot their various extremely valuable, but I won't. They have nice armor. What are they asking me for? Plate knight gauntlets. Look at that. Man. Well, it says safety, or sorry, uneventful is the correct way to wish safety and ease on guards who are superstitious about the Q word. Wait. Q word? Learn that from visiting the jail.
Quick!
Wait, Q word. What is the Q word? Quiet? I don't actually know what the... Oh, quiet. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I guessed right. That does make sense. It is interesting that that would be a kind of taboo. Is it because quiet is somehow associated with death, or is it just a kind of don't jinx it kind of thing? Howdy, Kevin. Welcome.
Good boy.
Oh, it just jinxes him. Okay. All right. Well. Yeah. Uneventful is nice, though. Uneventful is nice. For a guard or a patrol, what have you. That is kind of the ideal.
Quick!
And you don't want events. Surely. Anyway, welcome, Kevin. How you doing? I was talking a little bit about neoconservatives and what I would think of as the sort of heirs to. Oh yeah, so as a security guard, I can attest to the quiet jinx. Hey, look at that. Interesting. Yeah, I didn't know that. I know now. That's probably useful information, I suppose. And I'll say, relatedly, not relatedly, but relatedly to what I was talking about earlier. It's not supposed to go in there. I'm intrigued by this sort of the. Sorry. I'm intrigued by this sort of these heirs to neoconservatives that we've been seeing. These heirs to neoconservatism that we've been seeing. The James Lindsay types and whatnot. Can I eat first? No.
You need something.
Yes, actually.
You're a Christian of Pisek?
I am. What do you need?
Kunzlin Ruthard sent me. About Via Argentum.
I see. But I'm afraid I don't have good news for Sir Kunzlin. I haven't made much progress regarding the matter we discussed. I just don't have the time to investigate. I'm always needed somewhere, and there's always someone following me around.
Interesting. Yeah, no, it's I don't know. It's I still can't get it out of my head how fascinating that is. That 40 years ago, roughly, we had this big wave of leftists leaving the left to become conservatives. So much so that they titled themselves neoconservatives, right? The new conservatives. But they have this weird tendency towards warmongering and Zionism, and especially warmongering for the sake of Zionism. And that carried all the way through at least the Bush administration. We're still suffering from the tail end of it now. But now, again, in like the early 2020s, we have this new group of former leftists who left the left because the left got too crazy on a lot of issues. And suddenly, for some reason, they have exactly the same weird, destructive political quirks. I don't know what to say about this. I don't know why there is this trend, but it sure does seem to be a thing. Like, I don't know, to use the cliche, if I had a nickel for every time there was a massive influx of new conservatives from the left who turned out to be, warmongering Zionists, I'd have 2 nickels. Which isn't a lot, but it's pretty weird it happened twice.
Have you found out anything at all?
Just rumors. And those are useless. What's your name?
Henry.
All right. Listen up, Henry. Nobody can know I'm looking into it. It's a very dangerous game. If Sir Kunzling trusts you, you could help me in my investigation.
Okay. That's actually why I'm here.
Excellent. Excellent. You don't happen to come from a family of miners or smelters, do you?
Kind of
from Skalitz, so I know a little bit about mining.
My word. You didn't work in the mines, did you?
I visited the mine once, but not to dig.
So I expect you don't know much. Well,
no
matter.
I grew up near a mine.
I'll be happy to tell you everything you need to know. Now, follow me, please. We need to talk somewhere in private.
Okay. I'm gonna wear my nice clothes. Plus, as I think neoconservatism came as a result of Democrat politicians trying to design a platform both parties could agree on after Reagan wrecked them 2 elections in a row. It was the school of thought that produced Clinton and the Uniparty that came after him. No, I don't think that's quite right. I have to pause for this because I don't want to screw up my timeline here. Neoconservative is... I actually recently learned this. I didn't know this until within the last few months, really. But neoconservative originally meant something very specific. It was a very specific group of people, not even an ideology. It was a group of people who were ex-Trotskyites, who left the Marxist left at the fall, roughly around the fall of the Soviet Union, but usually before, just before the Soviet Union fell, so when it was on the way out. And they came to be conservatives because they were Cold Warriors. They left. They saw the faults and the flaws in the Soviet Union, and they became conservatives insofar as they were Cold Warriors. And so we have this specific group of people who were former leftists, most of whom took on the mantle of Zionism. And again, not even out of, ethnic Judaism, or not even really, for the most part, out of sort of Christian Zionism either, not to my knowledge. Not most of them. But it's this weird tendency that they had. And maybe it's just that, well, Israel was the next excuse to keep the warfare state going after the end of the Cold War. Maybe it's that. That doesn't explain now why we have that same issue. Yeah, Clinton was, by that standard, not a neoconservative in that sense. Oh, yeah. No, Klaus, you're right. You're talking about what is now referred to as neoconservatism, or the ideology of neoconservatism. Which, yes, that is the kind of post-Cold War left, like Democrat-Republican consensus. At least the foreign policy consensus from Bush 1, from H.W. Bush on forward. Because again, if you look at the foreign policy of every president we've had since George H.W. Bush, or at least since Clinton, maybe there were some distinctions between Bush 1 and Clinton. I really think that, yeah, there has been, there's been precious little difference in foreign policy. Kevin asked, where would you place Limbaugh? Especially early to mid-90s Limbaugh. No, I didn't listen to Rush Limbaugh growing up. I didn't follow his, I don't know, his political developments or anything in that early period. I don't know too much about him. So I don't know if he is specifically one of the neoconservatives that I'm talking about here. But I would largely put him within that ideology. I think that's safe to say. As far as I know, he didn't really ever repudiate that, the sort of what we think of as George W. Bushism, sort of neoconservatism. I don't think he really ever repudiated that. Not that I know of. Not that I can think of. Did he? Yeah, I would. Limbaugh is in that ideological milieu, if not in that civic group, that ideological, that political trajectory, if you will, that left to right swing thing. Because that's the part I'm fascinated by. Because that's the part I'm seeing parallels to now in our current bizarre political landscape. Right? That we have this gang of ex-leftists who at least style themselves to be on the right. Of course, James Lindsay is kind of the number one example of this, but not the only one. And he's eminently mockable. Lindsay is. He's ridiculous in the sense of he can be easily ridiculed, but I think he's typical of the kind of thing that I'm talking about. Ironically, I would not include somebody like Douglas Murray in this, even though he ideologically kind of runs with that gang. He also parts with them in a lot of ways, because he never left the left. He was always a sort of ideological neocon going back 20 years. Kevin says, yeah, a lot of my early political formation was from Limbaugh. But I always just thought he was somewhat authoritarian. He was a somewhat authoritarian conservative with some crad conservative tendencies. See, that's the thing. My early political formation was that I thought Bush had a funny name when he was first elected when I was 9. And then 9/11 happened, and I was like, oh, politics is a thing now. And I guess the thing to do is to rally behind the flag, right? So I just kind of instinctively went in that direction. Late middle school, early high school, I basically I encountered the likes of, say, well, first of all, funny enough, Stephen Colbert, but I did the sort of Chad Yes meme before it was a meme, where I appreciated the comedy because he's a funny guy. He was a funny guy once. Oh, Grace, one of your favorite couples got eliminated from Dancing with the Stars tonight. Darn. It's rough. That is rough. I'm not even joking. I know that's that can really suck about reality TV. It really can. Anyway, though, right? So, like I said, I kind of took the Stephen Colbert character, and I took what the character said, and I was like, okay, well, he's saying it jokingly, but let's be serious here. There's a lot of what he's saying that you can make sense out of, that kind of thing. So I did that a lot. That formed a lot of my my early political awakenings, and then basically from there, Glenn Beck contributed a lot to my neoconservative tendencies. Because I will say, primarily in high school, I was pretty embarrassingly neoconservative in that sense, in the ideological sense. It was pretty bad. And then, of course, what really got me towards sanity and libertarianism was in college. my first year of college was at Stetson University, and there were 3 political groups on campus. There was the college Republicans, who were kind of weenies. There was the campus Libertarians, who were further to the right, of course. And then there was the college Democrat. There was like one kid who had a Democrat club. He was sad by himself. So basically, if I wanted to go as far right as I possibly could, I went to the Libertarians. So I started hanging out with the Libertarians. And then eventually when I transferred to USF, University of South Florida, I joined Young Americans for Liberty there. I was working on campaigns and stuff. Discovered Alex Snitker, Ron Paul. I got into a lot of the literature on the subject. Frederick Bastiat was a big influence. More contemporarily, people like Jeffrey Tucker, Tom Woods. Ironically, very trad Catholics, the both of them. But yeah, a lot of that, like, I moved in the direction of libertarianism pretty quickly, and a lot of it was well, part of it was purely intellectual. Part of it was seeing the transition from Bush to Obama, when Barack Obama started doing a lot of the exact same things that George W. Bush had been doing. And I instinctively thought, wait a minute, I should be criticizing him for this, right? But how can I do that? How can I criticize him for this? If my guy was doing exactly the same thing just a few years ago. And then I realized, wait a minute, shoot, maybe W wasn't so great as I thought. And this is, again, coincides with me doing a lot of reading, a lot of political reading outside the classroom. Obviously, it's not like a college classroom is going to move you towards libertarianism, even if you have a good professor. It's not likely. Not likely. I am the only professor that I know. I know a lot of academics. I'm literally the only college level professor I know who assigns any Rothbard, anything from Murray Rothbard. Depressingly. All right, let's talk to Christian.
Should I start looking? Straight to the point. I like that. We know for a fact the silver must be getting lost somewhere on its way to the mint.
Lost.
That means it would be best to discreetly inspect all operations and find out where the problem is. First of all, you should ask miners from every shift how many corves they mine in a day. After that, we'll compare the numbers to the mine record books and see.
But the yields aren't the same every day, right?
True. That's why we have to focus on one particular day. For example, the other day, on the Feast of St. Petronilla, Foreman Fett was beaming and bragging to me about how much it helped. I mean, mined out.
Ray says, one of the couples I didn't mind, but wouldn't care if they went home sooner than later, was Hilaria Baldwin and Gleb Shevchenko. She was a pro dancer, broke her hip. You can see the broken hip impacting her more and more every week. Oh man, that's rough. That's really rough, man. Because I mean, yeah, maybe you can push through that, but that's the kind of thing that you can only really hope isn't career-ending, you know? Because I mean, you have the dilemma of, do you keep pushing through it and let it get worse, and then you fall off, you're out of it, or do you wait to get better, and you're 1, out of training, 2, kind of passe out of the spotlight. You know, that's rough, really rough. Kevin says the 2008 financial crisis and subsequent bailouts snapped me out of it. Then I went just went full on conspiracy theory enthusiast and Ron Paul fanboy. Then I got the Trump virus. Now I'm recovering. Well, you had a good phase in there. you had the Ron Paul in there for a little bit. That's good. That's good. There's hope. You can get back to it. I, on the other hand, I have not changed any aspect of my political ideology in like 12 years now. Really at all. I mean, some matters of application, but in terms of basic principles, I've not changed my political ideological position in like I said, I think it's got to be 12 years or more at this point. That's more than half of my adult life, and getting closer to half of my life.
Couldn't I just ask Fett?
Fett's job is to count the corves and write the amount down in the mine book. He won't tell you any other number. We're interested in what the miners themselves have to say.
Oh, okay.
They've no reason to hide anything. Nevertheless, the miners are a strange bunch. They might not be very forthcoming at first, and they have an odd way of speaking. Like calling each other Sonny, however old they are. But you'll hear for yourself.
Yeah, I know.
You should pretend to be really interested in them, and maybe they'll open up to you. You could be a scholar writing a treatise on silver mining, or perhaps a nobleman interested in buying a mine. Or just say I'm your distant uncle who's initiating you into the ins and outs of my job. It's up to you.
Yeah. Let's go scholarship, because I'm quite good at scholarship.
I reckon I could pose as a curious scholar.
Suit yourself. Just don't change your story so you don't arouse suspicion. But to the point, each day 3 shifts work in the shaft. Each has its foreman, or gaffer, as they say. The first shift is led by Frank, the second by Paul, and the third by Samco. You'll have to ask each one of them how many corves they mine. Samco's hewers should be off work now. You'll find the other 2 shifts in the mine. Take this, so the guards will let you in.
Okay.
It's a letter of safe conduct bearing my seal, allowing you free movement within the mine.
And what are you going to do?
I'll return to the estate to do my job. What else?
Okay.
I reckon they must be wondering where I am by now. Once you find out how many corves the 3 shifts mined on the Feast of St. Petronilla, return to me. We'll compare that number to the entry in the mine book. And don't forget, don't draw attention.
All right. I'll do the best I can. Yeah, Kevin says that Philip and I have helped him from falling way off. That's good. I'm glad we could help. Speaking of, I'm planning on another chat with Philip and with Len Kessinger, if you know him, on Charlie Kirk, but also especially focusing on the religious spiritual angle. So that'll expect that in the next week or two. So that's coming. So it should be good. Grace says Hilaria isn't a bad dancer, but it feels bad to me that she was at one point a very high-level amateur competitive ballroom dancer, which is too close to pro ballroom for her to be a novice competitor. Yeah. Oh, I thought she was I thought you mentioned that she was competitive. Oh wow, okay. Kevin says, I think meme culture and the fun of internet politics has a lot of influence on many people's better judgment. That's true. I mean, look, the meme magic is absolutely real, and it really carried Trump into the White House the first time. I think the symbolism, the sort of symbolic story that brought Trump into the White House the second time was the sort of Return of the King saga. Bad idea. A bit of a Rightful King Returns story, a bit of a vengeance story as well. That's the darker side of the same story.
By the way, I've had the honour of meeting your brother, Peter.
Well. Small world.
He was a great help to us at Suchdol.
Even though we had some disagreements, I respect him for everything he succeeded in doing. If it weren't for him, I'd never have been able to do what I do.
I don't need to know all this. I can probably figure it out. It's fine. Hey. Hey, Sunko. Mind if I take a seat?
Are you Foreman Samco?
Aye, I am. Who's asking?
My name is Henry. Stuart Christian sent me to you. I'm a student from Prague, and I'm writing a treatise on miners and mine operations.
Why should I care? Didn't you see we're off graft?
Sir Christian told me to ask about anything that interests me, and that you'll tell me.
Ah, Sonny, I'm so tired. I haven't even got the strength for gabbing. I wouldn't mind having a game of dice, but miners' rules. Then I'll tell you everything. What'd you say?
Sure. Yeah, let's play dice.
All right, let's do it. I don't think I've played miners with a real miner before.
See? Kidder. There's a first time for everything. Let's crack on. Let the groschen roll.
Okay, so which miners rules? Here we go. Let's just cheat.
Come on then, show us what you can do, unless you're playing for the first time.
Not even slightly. I win. I win.
Kurva.
Kurva,
Game,
indeed.
sonny.
Now will you tell me what I want to know?
Aye, ask away.
Oh, God.
What is the work of a miner about?
Aye, that's a good question, Mara. Mostly about oaking. Any yakker will tell you that. But proper rest is even more important than graft. You're as weak as a midgie without it.
Midgie. Like, the dialect is... I can't believe this is specifically a minor dialect. That can't be right. Can it? Can that be real?
So how do you rest?
Depends. Some have a kip. Some a swally. Some go whoring. As for me, I play dice.
Well, okay then.
How do you mine ore?
Either we're on hard rock, and then no one's hewing shit. Or we're hewing something soft, and then it goes grand. Only then there's not much silver in the ore, and you've got to smelt the shit out of it.
How much do you make doing this?
Don't even get me started. The chink's bad, and it's getting worse. Half a grosh and a cough is no.
Half a grosh and a orf? No? What? Okay. I understood like 80% of that. We're good. We're doing fine.
How many cores did you mine on, say, the Feast of St. Petronilla?
I can tell you exactly. All the yakkers were working, and we were getting along nicely. We managed to hulk 34 coves without skimping on hame time. First time in ages, that was.
That's all I need to know.
If you need out else, feel free to drop by.
Absurd. Absolutely absurd. Hey. Hey, Frank. Hey, Frank.
Foreman Frank?
What you looking for, Sonny? Can't you see we're human?
That face again.
Sir Christian of Pisek sent me. I'm a student at the university in Prague. Henry. I'm writing a treatise on silver mining.
I didn't know you scribblers were interested in us ordinary yakkers, but you can't just amble around. You'll cap your creels.
I just have a few questions.
The more we
your
gab,
creels,
the
okay.
less we gar. But make it snappy, man. What do you want to know, like?
What is the work of a miner really about?
What's it about? Bugger all, kidder. No great shakes. We gans through the roads, Bella, hewing off from rock in the dark and breathing in the stithe.
How exactly do you mine ore?
Bloody hell. Have you never seen a yakker graft, kid ya? You take a kevel and ding away at the rock till it crumbles. And if you keep ganning at it for a couple of years and don't croak from the stithe, then you'll keel over from exhaustion or get scrushed by the ceiling of the road you're hewing.
Well, okay.
How do you get the ore outside?
Same way it's hewed, in the dark and in coves. On top of that, you spend a lot of the bloody time on all fours. Once you get out by with the corf, you get a tally, and you can get back in by.
Okay. Corvs. Wait, it's corvs? Is that like a cart? A minecart?
How much do you get for your work?
I'll tell you, man. Them deputies up at bank make a howfing pile of chink. But us buggers, the ones doing all the graft, we earn a pittance.
Can you give me a more specific number?
Sometimes not even half a grosh and a cough. That's near way to make a living, man.
Okay, then.
I wonder, how much do you mine in a day?
That depends on how much ore you howk out of this or that face. It varies.
How much did you mind, say, on the Feast of St. Petronilla?
Listen, kidder. Aren't you a bit too curious? Why do you need to know that for? Them numbers won't be useful to nobody.
Yeah.
I really need to know it for my work. My treatise won't be complete without it. Est rerum omnium magister usus. Experience is the best teacher. And you have that experience.
Aye, well, a clever head but a gawk-handed, eh? All right, I'll tell you.
Alright.
It was a good gar on the Feast
Good
of
lord.
St. Petronilla. Our yakkers hewed 36 corves.
Thanks.
Nah,
Okay.
thank ye. Now leave us to hew, Mara. We've got a lot of graft ahead of us.
Take care.
Well, alright then.
I'm sorry.
That's alright, don't you worry. Alright, next. Wait, so, okay. Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Dancing with the Stars supposed to be a celebrity and a professional dancer paired off? In which case, it seems you're right, that is kind of unfair that she was not fully professional, that she was a high-rank amateur. That seems really weird to me. That would be okay. Seems strange that they would sort of allow it to go that way, you know? Oh gosh, excuse me. Can't tell if I'm hiccuping or what. Okay, so I need to get into the mine, which is over yonder, right? I think over yonder? Higher advantage of being able to learn and execute higher performance level routines and choreographer earlier on. Hipsters or not. Where is the way into the mine? Over here. Right? Over here? No. Where was it? It's gonna drive me nuts. Oh, there it is. Okay, got it. Found it. We're good. Gucci. Pardon me.
Pissing down.
There is not a lot of support structures in this mine. Compared to good old Skalitz. Seems like old Skalitz had a lot more support. A lot more of a stable mine shaft. You there?
Where can I find your foreman, Paul?
What you doing here, kidder? Who let you in, bay?
I've got a letter of safe conduct from Christian of Pisek. I'm a student from Prague. I'm trying to get to know the miner's life from up close and write a thesis on it.
Right? A thesis? Well, be damned.
I just need to ask your foreman a few things.
Our gaffer's gone down there to pray. I don't know if he'd be up for talking, but...
Why did he go to pray?
Young Jaybird, one of our marras, got scrushed the other day. He hadn't even had a full week on the graft, poor lad. It happened the day before the Feast of St. Petronilla. You'll find Paul at the lowest level by the roof fall. He's praying for the salvation of his soul. You'll hear the wind howling in the adit down there. It can be heard as far as that cursed road. I hear it's haunted. Don't fret, but Saint Barbara look out for you. Take care, sir.
Who is Saint Petronilla, anyway? There's not someone I'm at all familiar with. Going the right way at all? Must be, right? Ah. Yeah, here we go.
Are you Foreman Paul?
Hey! You walk like a ghost, kidder. You gave me a bit of a fright there. Hold on. I don't know ye. Who are you? And what are you doing so deep in the pit?
My name's Henry. Sir Christian sent me. I'm a student at the university in Prague, and I'm writing a thesis on the life and lot of miners. I hate to interrupt your prayers for a dead friend, but I need to ask you something.
He weren't just me marrow. He were my blood. I raised him from a nipper since my sister died. He kept begging me to take him on a shift, saying he was strong as a horse. Wouldn't have taken her like. And now, I can't forgive myself.
There's no more pain in heaven. Don't be so hard on yourself.
You're right. I hope the Lord has welcomed the poor lad into the kingdom of heaven. Will you pray with me for his soul one last time?
Aye. I'll pray with you.
You're a canny lad. Repeat after me. Almighty and merciful God, our Father, you are the giver of gold, silver, bronze, copper,
Almighty
tin,
and merciful
iron,
God,
and
our
all
Father,
ores and metals.
you are the giver
I ask
of
that you
gold,
bless my
silver,
brother who has died in this
bronze,
mine.
copper,
And may your
tin,
holy angels
iron,
save his soul from
and all
damnation.
ores and
Bring his
metals.
soul to
I ask that
eternal
you bless
glory
my
through
brother
our Lord,
who has died
our
in his
Saviour and
mine.
Redeemer, Jesus
May your
Christ.
holy angels save his
Amen.
soul from
The
damnation.
angel of the Lord declared
Bring his
unto
soul
Mary,
to eternal
and she
glory
conceived the Holy
through
Spirit.
our Lord, our
Hail Mary.
Saviour and Redeemer,
Mary said,
Jesus
Behold,
Christ.
I am the handmaid of
Amen.
the Lord. Be it done unto me according to thy word. Hail Mary. And the word was made flesh, and dwelt among us. Hail Mary. Pray for us, O Holy Mother of God, that we may be made worthy of the promises of Christ. Pour forth, we beseech thee, O Lord, thy grace into our hearts, that we, to whom the incarnation of Christ, thy Son, was made known by the message of an angel, may by his passion and cross be brought to the glory of his resurrection. Through the same Christ our Lord. Amen.
I love that there is a...
Are you going to answer me now?
Aye. Thanks for praying with me. Ask about out.
I love that there is a specific devotional for miners. Very textured history. Love it.
What is the work of a miner about?
What it's about? It's about hewing the face and hauling the ore to the bank in coves. Over and over again. Proper graft, that. Can be real dodgy, mind. Might even do you in.
Are deaths in the mine common?
Aye, but every death in the shaft is a waste. Whether it's in a crumple or black damp. Unfortunately, we still bury a yakka or two a month, you know. That's life like.
How is the ore mined?
First, we have to survey the shaft and find ore. Then the place gets scored and set ablaze. We set up timber around. The hewers take their tools and start dinging rock and hewing ore. Nothing to it.
Set ablaze. It's a little bit Cockney rhyming slang. Maybe. I get the impression in terms of like English dialects or British dialects, I think it's a little more northern than that, rather than London. But I'm no expert.
How much do you make doing this?
Depends on how much we hawk. How hard the rock is, how much ore's in it. It's not really worth it though. Half a grosh and a corf isn't much of a fight.
So how many corves did you mine, say, on the Feast of St. Petronilla?
That weren't a good day. Nobody was in the mood for ganning on after what happened to Jaybird. But even so, we managed to hawk 30 corves.
That's all I need to know.
Okay then. How do we get out of here now? Here. This will work, right? I hope. It'll get me out of here. I will say, it's interesting that they are absolutely very clearly capable of speaking normally, because his prayer was perfectly coherent, non-pidgin English. I guess Czech, but whatever. This way, right? Someone help. Hope this is the way out. Yeah, here we go. I see sunlight.
Excuse me.
Were there other dialects of rhyme speak other than Cockney, or was it specific to Cockney? Grace asks. I actually don't know. Cockney is the only one I'm aware of. But I would not be surprised if there were others. Interesting question. I'm not sure. No, I will say personally, I don't much care for Cockney dialect. It's seems extremely vulgar to me, in an ugly sort of way. You know? Christian?
I already know how many corves the crews extracted on the Feast of St. Petronilla. It was 100 altogether.
I see. Meanwhile, I looked in the mine book. How many do you think it says there?
I'd guess it's less.
Then you'd be correct. The book lists 90 corves extracted. That means 10 corves of ore disappear each day. But nobody could just come along and take them. We keep a close watch on everything. The unreported corves must be going out to smelting works with the rest of the ore. That means...
Disappearing somewhere on the way.
that this is fraud of colossal proportions, and that Foreman Fett and Herman the ore merchant are in it up to their ears.
What about Vavak?
I still think the trail will lead us to him, but we know too little so far. You need to talk to Fett and Herman first. Being involved in the theft of silver is a capital crime, so it should be in their own interest to cooperate. Make sure to promise them no one will know about their crime. You can mention my name. When you've talked to them, come back to me and we'll figure out what to do next.
Untoward way of securing cooperation, but I suppose reasonable. Herman.
Grüß dich. Was wünschst du?
We need to talk, Herman.
And who might you be?
Henry. But that's not important. Sir Christian sent me. We found some discrepancies.
I should have put my armor back on, huh?
Discrepancies?
How do you explain that the miner has extracted 100 corves of ore on the Feast of St. Petronilla, but the book only says 90?
If it says 90, there must have been 90. The book does not lie.
Does it now?
In that case, someone else must be lying.
Or someone just cannot count. Why are you bothering me with this? Foreman Fett counts the corves here. Go and talk to him instead.
Oh, I will.
Don't tell me you don't count them too. You wouldn't pay for more corves than there really were.
Do you have any idea how much ore passes through my hands? How am I supposed to remember how many there were ausgerechnet on the Fest of St. Petronilla? Besides, miners can lie and say they extracted more than they did. They like to show off.
All three crews agreed to report more. I seriously doubt that. Look, you don't have to be afraid to tell the truth. Me and Sir Christian agreed to settle the matter quietly. We're not going to punish anyone.
I I am innocent.
Really?
It was Fett's idea. He came to me saying we were going to deliver more corves to the smelters than we would report, and I would get paid for it. It was going well. I have always paid for what we put in the book. Then I got some geld from Fett on the side. On the feast of St. Petronilla, I was afraid they would be able to tell the difference. 10 corves is 10 corves after all. Nobody at the smelting works cared at all. I am sure they are in on it too.
Hey, Imp. Finally here after hanging up Christmas lights? And doing some mandatory reporter training for work. Oh, Halloween lights. Okay, that's a little less deranged. Oh my god. Look. I know people. Distantly, but in terms of neighbors. I know people who I would not put it past them to be putting up Christmas lights in September. But seriously. I'm really glad you corrected that. Yeah, Halloween. I can respect Halloween. We already have a few neighbors who have already gone out all out like crazy. Yeah, as far as me for Christmas lights, Advent. I will put up lights in Advent at the earliest. But they don't come down until Candlemas. No exceptions.
Is Ulrich Vavak behind this?
The Mint Master? I have no idea. I am a mere assayer. I have never even met Vavak.
See, Imsep, you're just sort of spitting out Gregorian calendar dates. I go with liturgical calendar dates. Yeah. First Sunday of Advent, we can put up Christmas lights. If we want to. Maybe it'll be later. But no earlier than the first Sunday of Advent.
How long has this been going on?
Several months. Maybe half a year. About since Sigismund arrived.
Gray says apparently there are indeed other forms of rhyming slang, including Scotch, which might have been what the miners were using. It does seem a little more like what I know of Scots.
So Christian and I agreed to investigate the matter in secret. So just act like nothing's going on. Keep doing what you're doing. We don't want to scare off the people who are actually responsible. Understand?
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, go for it,
Insip.
Insip.
Silent as the grave.
Should I go back to Christian here? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? I'm gonna switch back to my armor so I can be a bit spooky and intimidating. Winsome says, my uncle has been divorced for... Oh, actually, that looks like an incomplete comment.
And we'll stay friends.
So I'll wait until you've completed
I
it.
hope you have an uneventful shift.
Herman. Oh, Fett, not Herman.
A word, Foreman.
Who are you, and what do you want?
I'm Henry, but that's not important. So Christian sent me. I need to discuss a delicate matter with you.
Don't tell me one of the yakkers shat all over the outhouse in the yard again.
I'm afraid it's a little worse than that. We found some discrepancies in the mine book.
Let Sir Christian handle it then. They're his books, and his responsibility too.
Let's go, Ham.
To steal silver from the king is a most serious crime. Punishable by death.
Why are you telling me this?
I learned that the miners extracted no less than 100 corves on the Feast of St. Petronilla, but the mine book says 90.
Do you think the yakkers know how to count? They're blockheads. And they like to show off. I'm sure they just exaggerated. Anyway, what's it to you? Did the steward send you to snoop around? Don't you know? I work for Vavek, the mint master himself.
Well, that's just what I needed to hear.
Under his protection.
Aye, there's no point in denying it. Herman told me everything.
Bloody snitch.
All right, here we go. My uncle has been divorced for over a year. He was married in the church and is still canonically married. His wife, my aunt, had an affair and their marriage fell apart. He basically kicked her out. And he has full custody of the kids. My uncle began dating another woman. They're going on 6 months. I just found out he was dating. He brought her to a recent family reunion. My cousins are fine with their dad dating. She has her own kids from a previous relationship. How should I see and act around the relationship? By church teaching, my uncle is committing adultery since he was married in the church. He cannot marry this woman in the church despite my aunt's infidelity. I had been friendly and somewhat aloof when I met her. I do not plan on being hostile. She seems friendly. But how should I act around her and the situation as a whole? I mean, you can still be, friendly and cordial and even familial, right? Because she is someone who matters to your uncle, right? Without endorsing a an objective state of sin, right? What I would probably say is to, at least if asked, maybe not to just come out with this unprompted, but at least if asked, to be perfectly clear what the truth of the matter is, what your view on the matter is. Right. Imsim says, I did not grow up with any divorce in my family. This is the first. My uncle is in his early 50s and was married for 30 years. Wow. Good Lord. I have no experience whatsoever with this. I would say that, again, that it should be clear. It should be clear what your position on the matter is, regardless of anything else. Excuse me again. But at the same time, I think that you can be, familial, cordial, respectful, even friendly. There's nothing wrong with that. Right? We are called, of course, to hate the sin rather than the sinner. And so, if your uncle is doing something he shouldn't be doing, which it seems like he is, and so is this other woman, then maybe what they need is a mirror. Right? Someone to clearly and in no uncertain terms make clear what's wrong while still being caring, being a member of the family, and that's a delicate line to walk. Now, I will say, if it comes to the point of them getting married, that I don't think you can, in good conscience, attend, because it should be presumed that it is an adulterous, a celebration of adultery rather than a marriage per se. And that is the presumption. Imsim says, even if she was never married in the church, she would still be participating in sin, since she is dating a married man, since my uncle never got, nor do I think he will get an annulment. Yeah, right, exactly. I would agree. Ray said, I do have to say here, my rule tends to be, if you're putting your Christmas lights up before Remembrance Day, aka Veterans Day, can correct if I called the wrong thing in the US, is disrespectful. I don't know if it's disrespectful. I think that it's seasonally inappropriate. And I can talk about that as well a little bit. Why I think that we Americans, especially moderns generally, but Americans in particular, are really, really bad at celebrating holidays in any kind of reasonable sequence. Kevin says, I'm a convert. I have a ton of experience in my family and social circle. Extremely delicate, but what is most important is to be a good first witness. To be first a good witness of charity, and then if asked, be honest and discreet. Yeah, I think that's probably right. I would go a little further and to say that if possible, to make it clear as lovingly and charitably as you can, even if not asked, because the chances of you being asked, hey, what do you think of, hey nephew, what do you think of me and my girlfriend getting married? the chances of that are extremely low, unless your family is quite different from mine and most. So maybe that's weird. So I don't know if you would have that opportunity of being a witness. So it may come down to you saying something, or at least making it clear somehow. But again, I think discreetly, that's important. You don't want to just, put him on blast in front of the whole family. That's probably going to make things worse. Zip says, he is my favorite uncle, and I'm close to all his sons. They're almost like brothers, so I have not only a sister. I mean, yeah. I think that does lend itself to an opportunity to be upfront about what you have to say, about what you think about the situation.
You have nothing to fear. You're under my protection, and nothing will happen to you. I'll deal with anyone who wants to harm you. Believe me.
Oh, wait. I'll tell you what I know. As soon as I was made head gaffer, Amara, who works at the smelting works in Grund, came to me. He said someone wanted to talk to me. One of them. So I met this fella in the tavern in Grund, and he told me how it all works. How to cut the books like. He told me the trick was not to report some of the extracted ore and transport it secretly to the smelters along with the rest. He made it very clear if I didn't play along, I could have an accident. There was nothing I could do.
Wow. So he's essentially being extorted and bribed. I mean, there's no determinism like overdeterminism, but Kevin says, I find that it's possible to find a way to work into the conversation through a backdoor approach. Speak on faith matters generally, and seek opportunities from there. Also request help from Our Lady. Amen. Both, I think, good advice, yeah. Imsim asked if Thanksgiving is really celebrated in Canada. It's a colonial era holiday. Yes, they have their own Thanksgiving, which is a few weeks apart, a few weeks different from American Thanksgiving. They do have one though, a different day. On which note, it's in October. Okay, I forgot if it was earlier or a bit later, but yeah, I thought it's earlier than I thought. I thought it was just early November usually, but maybe I'm apparently I'm wrong. I believe you rather than my shoddy memory about Canada. Yeah, Grace said Atlantic Canadians, people from Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, PEI, Newfoundland. Very, but I've known many who put their Christmas lights and even yard displays up before Remembrance Day. Or even American Thanksgiving. I mean, you don't have the same sort of Thanksgiving where American secular culture has Thanksgiving as a kind of buffer zone between Halloween and Christmas. So for an American to push Christmas decorations before Thanksgiving would be kind of a big deal. I think that'd be kind of a big deal. Then again, people do it. I know there are people who put up their Christmas trees like November 1st. So I think that's insane. Fine, whatever. Oh, it is always in October. Huh, okay, cool. The more you know. I probably won't remember that, but we'll see. And Sim said we should celebrate Leif Erikson Day instead of Columbus Day. Since he was the first European to visit North America, and he was on the mainland, not just the Caribbean islands. He was also Roman Catholic. Well, so is Columbus, and in this household, Christopher Columbus was a hero. Remember that.
Who was that fella from the smelter who came to you?
He never told me his name, even when I asked. He's a tall bloke, stocky, pockmarked. I know it's scary easy.
Okay.
Yeah, but this bloke was really terrifying.
I think Klaus, if you're still in the chat, I know you're a common defender of Christopher Columbus. So yeah, go off if you'd like.
How long has this been going on?
For some time now, definitely. I heard even former head gaffer Kircher was in on it too.
Where can I find him?
You can't ask Kircher any questions. He fell down a shaft. They say he was drunk. But I don't think it was an accident.
Wow, okay. That's troubling.
Who pays you on the side? You have to pay the miners for what they actually extracted.
I get the extra chink from the smelting works. It's enough for the Yakkers and for Herman.
Oh, so you share that back to the Yakkers. Wow. That's surprising. Imsim says that he's somewhat indifferent about Columbus, despite being Knight of the Order with his name. See, I'm Italian. I'm Italian American, so I kind of am obligated to have certain views of Columbus. I'm also Scottish, and I'm a Scottish Catholic, and so I'm also obligated to have certain views about the Jacobite risings and the current monarchy of Great Britain. Those usurping Tudors.
Do you think the Mint Master, Ulrich Vavak, is behind this?
I don't know. I've got naught bad to say about Vavak. He treats me canny whenever he shows up. He says if Christian gives us hassle, he'd sooner replace him than me. He really said that. The Mint Master himself.
All right. Just carry on as if nothing's happened. No one must find out we know about the fraud. Christian won't give you any trouble, nor will anyone else. Is that clear?
Clear as a bell, Mara. Always silent as the grave.
Oh no, the 5th of November, that was the Glorious Revolution? That was different. That was not directly tied to the Jacobite Risings. Wait, was it the Glorious Revolution, or was it sort of the English equivalent of the Jacobite Risings? I forgot. I know it was not, directly or formally connected to the Jacobite Risings, but everyone's hayloft up here. How close was that? I know Catholics under British rule, yeah. Irish did it a few decades ago. Yeah, they sure did, and they've been doing it for a long time.
I talked to Fett and Herman.
And? Did they confess?
They did. I mean, I made them. It's just as we thought. The trail leads to the smelting works.
Did you tell them to keep quiet and act as if nothing's happening?
I did.
Let's see what we've got so far. Those 10 unreported corves leave for the smelting works from here. If silver's going missing, that's where it must be happening. You'll have to go and look around, and talk to the owner, Buresh. I reckon that'll be tricky, though.
How so?
Buresh is a very cautious and clever man. I reckon he won't be happy to have someone snooping around his property. But he's the only one who can give you permission to walk round the smelting works without the guards bothering you.
Something like your letter of safe conduct? How can I persuade him to give me one?
Like I said, it won't be easy. Nevertheless, I found a way you could gain his trust, at least a little. You'll pretend to be a nobleman interested in buying some smelting works, who'd like to get a closer look at his operation.
A nobleman this time, then?
But be careful. Buresh won't be as easily fooled as the simple pitman here. You'll have to dress like a real nobleman. That means no plate armor, or, God forbid, bloody rags. But listen, don't carry a weapon. Buresh has a morbid fear of someone threatening him. That's why he has a bodyguard with him at all times. You must come to him dressed to the nines and act impeccably, so as not to arouse the slightest suspicion. In short, be charismatic as you can manage.
With no weapon. Interesting. Okay, so Grace says that there were ancient Egyptian voyages to Nova Scotia. Some of the early Mi'kmaq petroglyphs look eerily similar to Egyptian hieroglyphics. I'm always skeptical of those sorts of claims. If only just because of the massive timescales involved. Like, how early are we talking here? Because that would have to be, if we're talking about any time that Egyptians were still using hieroglyphics regularly, that would have to have been what, before the conquest of Alexander? That's a long time ago, especially in the New World. There was not a lot going on here, civilizationally, at that time. And then, of course, there's the technological barrier of crossing the Atlantic, especially from Egypt. That means crossing the Mediterranean, going through the what's called Pillars of Heracles, then out into the Atlantic, then up to the north of the Atlantic, and then across. That's a hell of a journey. I'm open to the possibility, because it seems like everyone and their brother managed to make it to Nova Scotia at some point somehow. Um, but I would want to see some more direct archaeological evidence. But I don't know. I'm skeptical, but open to the possibility and perhaps a bit intrigued. I have a bit of that ancient Greek tendency to think the Egyptians were just super cool. So maybe I'd like it to be true. I would like it to be true. That'd be really cool. But Imsim said the Jacobites ended up becoming clergy. I think their line died out. Did it not? No. It was the Stuarts. There is a living Stuart descendant in Luxembourg. I think he's in Luxembourg. So the line is still extant, as far as I know. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, Imsip. It is kind of reminding me of the Mormon mythology of the ancient Hebrews crossing the, which is again silly. God, I love Shad from Shadiversity. He is one of my favorite historical YouTubers. But the fact that he's Mormon and takes that stuff utterly seriously while also being an aficionado of medieval Christendom is just baffling. Utterly baffling to me. I don't understand. Anyway, I'm sorry. Amson says, did you guys hear about the Mormon false prophet passed away? The day after, there's that tragedy in a Mormon church in Michigan where 8 were injured. 2 lost their lives in a fire in the mass shooting. I did not hear about any connection there. I mean, not that there was necessarily a causal connection, but I didn't hear about the death of the prophet. Yeah, we can always pray for his salvation. Amen. We should. Everyone except Vikings. That was Newfoundland. See. That's the thing. I had heard somewhere. I forget where this was. That there were Viking explorers who actually did make it to. I'm blanking. It's getting late. Rick, what did I say? Nova Scotia. That's it. I could have sworn I've seen or read something about that at some point. Maybe not. Maybe I'm crazy, but maybe I'm making things up. I mean, surely some kind of a coincidence. Imsif asks, how should Catholics view false prophets, both living and dead? I think we should assume delusion rather than malice, unless there's a really good reason to think otherwise. Like I will say, in the case of Joseph Smith, or in the case of L. Ron Hubbard, for example, I think in those cases, I think you kind of have to attribute malice. But in cases like modern Mormons, including modern Mormon prophets, I have to assume that they're honestly mistaken. Maybe deceived, but honestly mistaken, at least for the most part. And again, there might be exceptions to that. There might be some who are actively deceitful, rather than deceived. But I think that we shouldn't assume that. We should charitably assume that people are in honest error, rather than malicious, dishonest error. And And I think that there is still hope, insofar as we could reasonably pray for them, living and dead. Ray says the big historical site for Vikings in Canada is definitely Newfoundland. There may well have been Viking landings in Nova Scotia, but it didn't find it likely as the largest Viking settlement. Oh, sorry. Continuing. I could have sworn there was some evidence of at least landings, if not permanent settlements. I could have sworn I saw something about that once.
What else should I know about the smelting works before I go?
In the smelting works, ore from the mines is crushed, ground, and then smelted. They extract silver along with all sorts of other materials from it. Then they give part of the silver to the king for the minting of groschen and sell off the rest,
so Greenland
along with the other
is
materials, to
the
craftsmen.
furthest south Viking settlement, south of Greenland. Interesting. See, I could have sworn there was something about in Nova Scotia, but maybe I'm getting things mixed up. That's possible. I don't know early American history, and I mean American meaning the Americas, probably. It's outside my period. I'm going off of what I've seen in like History Channel documentaries, kind of stuff.
What should I know about this Buresh before I talk to him?
He's the slyest fox of them all. He comes from somewhere in Moravia, and he moved to Kuttenberg a few years ago. He started to prosper soon after, and not even Sigismund's arrival stopped him. He quickly joined his side. Now he's doing better and better. But whether that means he's involved in something shady, who knows?
Imsim says, well, praise be to God, first of all, but says my position within the Mormon Church is ended, since my superior has been promoted and this council dissolved, which I was part of. Should I go to confession first? Yes. Or submit a letter of resignation from the cult. Do you need to? I mean, it might be wise to, socially speaking, but I'm wondering if you need to, for any particular reason.
I got it. I'm ready to go.
Here, I've written you a letter of
Like,
introduction.
from what I know of Mormons, they will.
I reckon he won't be thrilled, but he won't turn you down.
I mean,
Ask
they
him
will
discreetly
chase
in passing
down
how many
apostates.
corpses he took from our mines on the feast of Saint Petronilla. If my guess is correct, it should be 90. It still doesn't prove anything, but at least it'll give us a clue. You could get something out of the workers. One of them is bound to know something. When you're in the smelting works, keep your eyes peeled. I'm sure something is going on there. Good luck, Henry.
Okay, so when you say you can request to be left alone, does that mean that they will actually leave you alone? Or does it work more like Scientology, where they would pursue you to the ends of the earth and beyond? Because I know they have a serious problem with that.
Good doggy. Good boy.
Let me... I guess I'll just unequip my weapons. Huh? There we go. Gotta do the bolts too. There we go. There. Hey, Pebbles. I mean, I don't know. I kind of get the impression, and maybe this is just some of my biases speaking, and this is you would know this better than I would, but that it would probably be largely harmless for you to remain on the books. But it could be, if nothing else, it could be annoying for you to formally leave and have all that comes with that. Sim says, since I'm no longer a member, I withdraw my consent from being subject to disciplinary councils and request that I not be bothered. I understand the gravity of the situation. Rather not. It would be dishonest, and I don't want to be counted. I mean, I suppose then that is largely a matter of conscience in that case. And so go with your own conscience there. But I would say there isn't any particular harm on remaining on the books, as it were. Because I'm completely sure, there are plenty of, call them apostates if you want, who don't formally withdraw themselves in that way. Don't formally resign. And so, I don't know. I don't think that is necessarily... Oh, excuse me. I don't think it's necessarily necessary, if you will.
You're always welcome here, noble sir.
But again, if it won't hurt to do so, then yeah, you might as well. Imson says, I feel I would be labeled an ex-Mormon, but it would not be truthful to be called an ex-Mormon if I drank coffee and broke most of their rules from the very beginning. It was a double life. Yeah, I mean...
There. It looks better already.
I am unarmed, right? Yes, I'm unarmed. Yeah. Let me bathe first. Is there a bathhouse, actually? I should see if there's a bathhouse. There's not even a laundry in Grund. Guess I'll just use the water over here. Now I'll say, Imsim, you better make some good come out of this. You better write something about this or something.
Greetings, Master Buresh. I'm Henry of Scallis.
Nice clothes. You've got good taste.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Goodman. Likewise, Christian of Pisek sent me. I'm supposed to give you this letter with his testimonial.
You'll write a book. I look forward to reading it. That'll be absolutely
Scallis,
fascinating.
you say? That's where the royal mines are. Am I right?
You are. Unfortunately, the mining has ceased since King Sigismund's attack.
That truly is unfortunate.
Mormonism made me a better Catholic, or maybe a Catholic in the Mormon temple. I would go with maybe the latter. That seems more interesting. It's more intriguing. How Mormonism made me a better Catholic sounds maybe more complimentary than you'd want it to be. Maybe more suggestive of other people doing the wrong thing, if you will. But then again, that's only if they read just the title. That said, also, there's a good chance that whatever publisher you go with will have a lot more input on the title than even you will. So there's that.
I know. I just want to see what it looks like in the smelting works.
Well, if Sir Christian wishes it, I won't deny you the opportunity. With this letter of safe conduct, you'll be able to move around unfettered. The guards will recognize my seal. But I don't want you disturbing the workers with any unnecessary questions. If you want to know anything, ask me.
I still like a Catholic in the Mormon temple. I kind of dig that. I think it sounds better than a Catholic in the Mormon church. Namsim says, I only visited the Mormon temple twice. Did not go more than that, because I considered it a grave sin to partake in Masonic rituals. I think you're right about, you're right to think that. But it's a title. It's not the actual narrative. You can explain that in the actual text. But yeah, a Catholic in the Mormon temple, unless you think that is, a misrepresentation of what happened, of what you went through. I think that sounds really good. I kind of like that.
Can you tell me what happens with the mined ore in the smelting works?
We weigh in the delivered ore and crush it so that it can be sorted for roasting. Roasting mainly separates sulfur from the ore, which is why the place smells like hell itself. Then the roasted material is smelted in the furnace and the slag is separated from the matte. The smelting process is repeated until we're left with pure metal. It's then cast into bars that can be sold. After we've given the royal share to the king, that is.
Okay.
How many cores of ore do you process here per day?
We don't measure in cores here. I have several ore merchants working for me. They buy ore from various mines. When they deliver it here, we don't measure it by the core, but weigh by the quintal. We process a large amount here, up to several thousand quintals a day in total.
What is a what?
How much silver does that make?
That, of course, depends on the quality of the ore we process that day. 20 quintals of ore usually yield about a pound of raw silver. That then yields a hryvnia of pure silver. We can make between 100 and 200 hryvnias of pure silver per day.
Okay, wow, that's kind of a lot. That's way more than I thought. Ray says, what about Mormon secrets? How the secrets of the Mormon church created a Catholic reconversion. Maybe? That might be a little misleading into thinking that that he, genuinely dove into Mormonism and it drove him back to Catholicism, but maybe there's an element of that. Maybe. I don't know. Then again, I do like the title subtitle division you got there. I do like that.
How many corves were delivered from Horsham, say, on the Feast of St. Petronilla?
Why from Horsham, of all places?
I visited the mine there. They told me they'd extracted quite a large amount.
You're lucky. I have an excellent memory. It was a lot indeed. 90 corves.
Can any silver go missing from here?
That's impossible.
Ever.
Everything is carefully weighed and recorded. Every step is counted and checked. Besides, molten silver is rather hard to steal. Once it's cast into bars, we keep them safe under lock and key.
Yeah, that's a good point.
God be with you, Goodman.
Don't forget, there are limits to my permission. And above all, mind you don't have an accident. Smelters are dangerous places. I wish you a blessed evening.
So it would seem. I hope that wasn't a threat. But it seems like it may have been a bit of a threat. He didn't deliver it like one, so I'm going to assume it wasn't. I don't know.
At your service, sir.
Whoa. Roasting pits, I take it? What are you there?
What does your job actually entail?
You mean smelting? Well, in the Scotia, we squish the ore brought from the
In the
mound.
Scotia?
We chuck it in the furnace. Then we shovel charcoal until the stone gets proper roasting and leaks all the metal that was hidden inside. We do that over and over in other furnaces, so we get pure silver out of the ore.
Hey.
How do you like working in the smelter?
Aye, can't complain at all, sir. We get a nice pile of chink from the yield, and we dry and warm.
What can you tell me about Master Buresh?
I can't complain about him, sir. He's an honest bloke, and he pays as well. From what
Okay.
I've heard from the other smelters, it's a lot worse elsewhere, like.
Okay.
Have you noticed anything suspicious around here?
Nothing. Nothing at all. I graft all day. No time for looking around.
Okay.
Does any silver go missing from here?
Here? In our smelter? That would mean some of our lads are involved, and well, you get the rope for that. Look, Sonny, I don't want anything to do with this. Have a chat with Shima over there. He's not afraid of anything.
Well, okay then. I will talk to Shima. Can I go in here? Oh, this is the guard post. I see. That won't help me.
Careful.
I'll be careful. You'll be dead. Okay, let's the guard post? I don't know. Tool shed. Tool shed? Tool shack? Tool room? Tool storage? Somebody's nice little bedroom. Alright. The smelter's bunk room. Oh, sorry, no, the guard's bunk room. God, look at the ash falling. Really quite something. You're too wordy for non-compound titles. That's why Unipapers were compound titles. No, that's respectable. I dig it. There's an art to crafting a good compound title, one that actually links the parts in an intriguing sort of way. Wait, hold on. Kevin, what? This little one's not worth the effort. Lol, I caught it? What now? What am I missing here? Misunderstanding what you're saying, I think. What? What am I supposed to be doing? Look around the smelter. Oh, there's a guy in the tavern, I suppose. Is that it? Or is there another smelting place? Another part of the smelter? Oh, yeah. No, they're smelting over here, it looks like. Hey there, Shima.
Are you the fella they call Shima?
And who are you?
Henry of Skalitz. Master Buresh sent me.
Master Buresh, you say? And why did he send you?
I'm interested in the operations of the smelter.
What would you like to know?
What does your job entail?
Here in the smelter, the extracted ore turns into pure silver right under our hands. Bloody miracle, right? Horse
This guy is
shit.
a salesman.
It's an awful, filthy fucking graft for a few miserable groschen. If I could, I'd fuck off somewhere over the hills.
You got a talent for
family,
actually
and they
salesmanship
don't ask
there
me
with
what I
that
really
starting
want.
sentence. That's pretty good.
What can you tell me about Master Buresh?
Well, I don't really want to talk about him. Sorry.
That bad,
I could
huh?
say something I'd sorely fucking regret.
That bad, huh?
What happened to the silver
okay.
from the smelting works?
Yes, that was a New
Bars are
Hope
kept
reference.
under lock and key in a safe place until a merchant
Yes.
or the blokes from the mint.
I
get
missed
them.
that you were
Only
continuing the
owner of
line.
smelter
Sorry.
and a handful of select people
I
have
didn't read it
access to
until
them,
a few
such
minutes
as
later.
the foreman of the works who checks the purity.
Okay.
Is any silver going missing from here, by any chance?
Why should I talk to you about such things? How can I know it's not a trap?
Look, I know my way around silver mining. I'm conducting an expert investigation.
Here we go.
Justice is blind. If someone's bypassing the production process just to stuff their purse, they're hurting more than just the king. Especially you, the grafters, the yackers and smelters. And that pisses me off, because I'm actually one of you.
Right. I reckon you could be. Listen up then. It's Volkmar. He's the head smelter.
Volkmar.
He's worked with us for years. Recently, he bought stables here in Grund out of the blue. The entire stables. Where do you think he got the money? It's all very suspicious because he's the one with the best access to the finished silver bars. If you want to find out where the silver keeps going missing, go to him. I'll bet you he knows a thing or two about it. But be careful and keep a weapon close. People like him can be vicious.
Thank you.
Well, you say keep a weapon close. I can do that. Alright, let's go check it out. Come on. Can I not? No, I can't. Okay, fine. Really? They actually made a fence that'll keep out Henry of Skalitz. Shocking. Okay, here we go. Volkmar.
Volkmar? I'm not. Horseshit. I know these stables are yours.
You must be the snoop who's sticking his nose in everything.
I beg your pardon?
Well, well, well. Don't think we don't know you've been snooping around. We've had our eyes on you ever since you came to Grund. Fortunately, Master Buresh warned me about you in time. Your investigation ends. Right here and now.
You shouldn't have stuck your nose in here, pal. Grund is ours.
Take him down!
Wait. I demand an honorable duel. It's my right. I'm a knight, not some miserable bandit.
If that's your last wish, go. He wants a duel. He'll have one. I'll tear you a new arsehole, you fucker! Ah! Oh, fucking hell!
Come on, buddy. Oh, poor little Neri. Like that. Nah. Poor little Neri. Hey, buddy. Hold on, let me wash the blood off real quick. Okay. Hey, buddy.
Now, spill the beans. You're responsible for stealing the king's silver.
Not me. It's Buresh. If I
Really?
didn't play along with him, I'd lose my job. All my life.
Really?
It's true. As Volkmar is my name, I swear on everything that's holy.
Take it from the beginning.
As head smelter, I test the quality of the silver that's been smelted every day. I have unrestricted access to it. One day, Buresh came to me and said he had an offer for me. He said if I accepted, he'd make me rich. He gave me his man to assist me. I'd take some of the king's silver bars and add them to Buresh's yield. The books were cooked, so no one found out anything. Everything was going well, and Buresh was happy. A few weeks later, he sent me to the mines. I was supposed to make a deal with the new foreman, Fett, and pay him off. In the end, I had to force him to cooperate, just like Buresh forced me. Oh, with threats.
Hmm. Interesting. It is fascinating how layered this conspiracy is. Like, honestly, like just about everything socially in the Middle Ages. Not just socially, everything in the medieval mindset. There's a kind of layering to just about everything that everyone associates with those immediately above them and those immediately below them, but you would not really have any reason to associate with someone far above you or far below you. In fact, it would be just as weird for a noble to approach a peasant directly as it would be for a peasant to approach a noble directly. And I think that this is something fascinating about the Middle Ages that we discount. And it's also a kind of metaphysical principle as well, right? it's referred to. I know C.S. Lewis at least calls it the principle of plenitude. That between two things, there is at least always expected to be a middle thing, a mediator between them. Right? Between water and air, there is steam, for example, things like that. Between men and angels, there are the Longavi. That is to say, goblins and elves and spooks and stuff like that, spirits. Between men and beasts, there are things like cynocephaly, dogmen, beastmen, things like that. Yeah, no, it's a fascinating aspect of the medieval mindset. I dig it. Very cool. Something that, again, I think we're missing. I think we are too prone to think of things as discrete individuals without a kind of settled network of interactions. That the medieval mind would balk any kind of our individual to individual, thing to thing, person to person assumptions, let's say.
Why didn't Buresh take the silver himself? Why did he need you?
The Mint Master's men watch over the transport of the King's silver. They take turns. Buresh had it all figured out.
So you couldn't bribe any, or I guess Baresh couldn't bribe any one guard. So he had to find another way of doing it.
Moving on, where does the unreported silver go?
There are mined-out shafts near Old Kutna, where nobody ever goes. Buresh has a secret mint in one of them.
They counterfeit coins in there?
Yeah, I suppose so. But what they actually do there, I've no idea. I've never been there. Buresh only told me about the mint a while ago. He wanted to send me there for some reason, so he drew me a map.
Did Buresh ever mention that Mint Master Vavak was involved in it?
Not in front of me. Maybe his guard, Little Neri, knew something.
He's dead,
but
though.
you won't be able to ask him anything anymore.
That's true. Well, he made a mistake. Attacking the legendary Henry of Skalitz.
Give me the map.
Yeah, if you take the road to Old Kutna, you'll reach the place where the abandoned shafts are. The entrance to the mint is somewhere around there. Look here. Can I ask you a question? Why are you doing this anyway?
I do not need to give him information.
That's none of your business.
I see. I won't pry. Well, now you have the map, and since I told you everything, will you let me go? Please? I know I wanted to, but I was just scared is all. Please let me go, please. Stables be damned, just let me go.
Yeah, sure.
All right, you can go.
Thank you. I'll never forget this.
It was quite helpful.
I'll go to Kuttenberg and get fixed up there somehow. And if we meet again, I'll make it up to you. I swear, you're a good, merciful man. God be with you.
Wow. Wow. Hey, Volkmar. Maybe we'll meet again elsewhere. How about that? Okay, he is a skill teacher, though. That's interesting. How much time we got? Half an hour? We can make it out there. Pebbles! Pebbles? There you are. Thank you, Pebbles. Onward we go. Hold on, real quick. Let me re-equip my weapons, huh? Oh, wait. There we go.
Go.
That's a good question. Grace asks Imsip, were you a brother in the Mormon church or were you an elder? Because I think a good title for you would be something using terms people in boldface know. That's true. That's actually a good idea.
Die.
All right, let's look at this map, shall we? Why can't I read here? Okay, so up there, that right there is what I'm passing. So it's the second right. Yeah, that's that.
Go.
Huh? You can't just ride on in here.
Yeah, I can.
Get going! Right now!
No.
I won't let you stay here, even with a weapon. Clear off! Off you go! Ah! What are you... Ah!
One down.
Fucking dog!
Go fuck yourself!
I yield! Mercy!
No. Nope. Can't afford to do that. This isn't it. Okay. It's a little further. I think this is it. There's also a horse here, but no rider. Aggro. Target. Aha. I'll get down. Oh, right here. Got it. Secret counterfeit mint, huh? Oops. Perhaps I shouldn't have done that. There's a Nighthawk. Take that. Yeah. Okay, moving on. This isn't where it came from, is it? No. Dead end. Ah.
How many more? A few more sheets. They brought us more than usual. Well, at least we won't get bored.
Since we can't go outside, there's nothing else to do here anyway.
But tell me, brother, is it that bad in here? Hot meals every day, wine in the evening. They even bring us some wenches every once in a while.
But it's still a prison.
So think about what would have happened to us otherwise. We didn't end up that badly.
Didn't we? This whole thing stinks of the gallows.
Who ordered us to mint coin? The Royal Master of the Mint. What are we making coin from? Pure silver.
Okay, so they're not actually responsible here, are they?
One day, we'll get out, and then we're going to live like lords.
Friend, I just hope it won't all go to shit in the end.
Are you being held prisoner here? What are you doing here?
Get out of here. If the guards catch you, there'll be trouble.
I'll take care of the guards. Don't worry.
What about Master Buresh? He was here with them just a while ago.
Don't worry about Buresh. I'll deal with him later.
But...
I came to get evidence against Mint Master of Avak. Where can I find it?
There are some books in that chest over there, but it's locked. And only Master Buresh has the keys.
Leave that to me. I should take a look at the tools you're working with. A counterfeit coin die like that will surely be of interest to a lot of people.
What do you mean counterfeit? It's genuine. Everything we do here is clean. Completely.
Except you're minting using stolen silver.
How are we to know where it comes from?
It's a
none of our
genuine
business.
die.
We're just pawns. We're not hurting anybody.
Nobody's saying any different. Like I said, I'm here to free you. You don't have to worry about the guards while I'm here.
Wait, but we can't.
It's just the books you're after, isn't it? Well, so take them and go.
We won't tell nobody nothing. We never saw you here.
Okay.
Tell me more about this place.
I don't know if we can.
Look, he made it this far. I reckon he knows more than we do anyway.
You're probably right. Well, what do you want to know?
How did you end up here?
Through our own stupidity.
We used to work in the mint in the Italian court. Then, one time, we got a bit drunk on the job.
Well, more than a bit.
And the foreman got pissed off and sacked us.
But then, the mint master himself came to us and offered us a job on the side. He said we'd work somewhere else, for him. And so, here we are.
Okay, then.
Who's in charge here?
The mint is run by Master Buresh and his people. Especially that big fella. What's his name? Neri?
Oh,
They're
he's
the
dead.
ones that bring us
Don't
food
worry.
and drink. But other than that, the mint master runs this place personally. He visits every week, a friendly bloke. Always asks us if we need anything.
We're well taken care of.
Why are they keeping you here?
Well, it's not that we can't leave exactly.
It's just discouraged. It was pretty dangerous around here, what with the bandits and the like.
Really? That seems implausible to me.
Don't you miss
Why
the
wouldn't
world
they
above?
keep them there?
Sunshine, daylight.
Not really. Come to think of it, we've got everything we need down here.
They even brought some wenches here for us once. But I'm not really into that, anyway.
We've got plenty of food and drink, and good drink at that.
And coin. When they let us go, we'll be rolling in it.
Okay.
Why don't you want to leave?
We're just supposed to stay here.
And we're told not to go far. The Mint Master would be angry.
Okay. These guys really are sheep, aren't they? Imsimp was slightly too old to serve as a Mormon mission when he joined. Just missed the cutoff, but did that on purpose so I would not be pressured to go. Good move, I suppose, as far as it goes. It says an elder is simply a term for someone who received their false Melchizedek priesthood. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's my understanding as well. It essentially is but it's not the sealing, is it? I know that the sealing ceremony is that what makes you an elder, or is that beyond that?
I'll take care of Vavak. You have my word. With the evidence I'll bring against him, he'll be finished. When I'm done with him, you'll be the last thing on his mind.
You reckon...
No, the endowment. Okay.
It's really safe that we could go up top?
I'm sure of it.
Well, if you're saying you'll take care of it...
Then,
sealing
when it's
married
all
and
over,
children. Okay, is it?
Come back
exclusively?
and tell us,
I thought it was
please.
also missionary work.
Where did you come from? Get out of here before you get in trouble.
You're ordained to the Melchizedek priesthood prior to entering the temple.
Jesus Christ. What are you doing here?
Healing.
Who are you? Where are the guards?
We've been over this.
Where did you come from? Get out of here before you get
Why
in
are
trouble.
you yapping at me? 200 Russian, wow.
Where did you come from? Get out of here before you get in trouble.
Go!
So, I'm back.
What about the guards then?
Nothing yet. I have to do something about them.
Well, what are you waiting for? I thought you said...
Leave it be. He said he'd help us. We promised. Right?
You can be proxy married for the dead? You sit on a chair and they place their hands on you, on your head, ordain you, then give you a blessing.
Get out of here before you get in trouble.
You can get proxy married for the dead.
Where did you come from?
I'm sorry.
Get out of here before
Proxy
you get in trouble.
married?
I'm sorry.
I've heard of proxy baptisms.
Jesus Christ.
I can't say I've ever heard of proxy marriage.
Who are you? Where are the guards?
I'm about to kill them. Everyone shut up.
You'd better go before the guards find you.
One down. I really should have taken these guys by
Show what
crossbow.
you're
Huh?
made of.
Okay.
Wanker.
There we go. Hi, Barash. Good to see you. Imsim says, so if I did that, I would wear their temple garb. A woman does the same. Do not even have to be dating, and I will marry this other girl. We're getting married on behalf of other people, dead people. That is so bizarre. It's so bizarre. Yeah, that's sacrilege, all right.
Have you had enough, Buret?
Mercy. For Christ's sake, mercy.
Now you'll spill everything, like in the confessional.
Oh, I'm just a pawn. It's all the Mint Master's doing. Vavak.
I do believe you.
So calm down and talk.
Give me a moment.
Start talking now.
All right. The whole thing was Ulrich's idea. As soon as he became Sigismund's Mint Master, he got cocky and began to abuse his power. He grabbed anything he could get his hands on, took away mining rights from anyone who opposed him. Anyone who wanted to keep his station had to pay him a hefty fee. But that still wasn't enough for him. So
Christ
he
is
came to me
merciful,
one day
I'm
with the
not.
idea that some of the royal silver might not reach the king at all.
Wasn't he afraid of Sigismund?
Sigismund came here for the silver. He doesn't care how it gets to him, as long as it does. He trusts the mint master he installed, and he's got no way of knowing something's going missing along the way. Unless someone tells him.
Would have been a great line, yeah. I do agree. Imsum says no, yeah, so the dead would not have to be Mormon. Because you get baptized for people who were never Mormon, do their endowment ceremonies on their behalf, and get married on their behalf. Good Lord. It's deeply disturbing. But honestly, okay, so what always disturbed me about that, what greatly disturbed me about that, is that these are people who are, in many cases, I would presume, in heaven, in the presence of God, who are having these heathen ceremonies conducted on their behalf. That's essentially trying to place a curse on people, as far as I'm concerned. That is kind of horrific.
What was his plan?
Surprisingly simple. Bribe anyone who kept records of mining and processing to cook the books. And to keep the mint master free of suspicion, he put me in charge of this whole operation. For a tidy pile of coin, of course. In the end, it wasn't even that hard. No one had the slightest problem with earning something on the side of the king's expense. And when somebody got cold feet, we took care of him.
I mean, earning a little bit on the side of the king's expense is not that bad when it's Sigismund we're talking about, to be fair. Sim says, I like to think one day we will live to see such buildings abandoned and in ruin or demolished and built over. Or converted. I know there was the whole, I actually don't know if this is a genuine quote or if it's just a meme, but the whole Fulton Sheen saying he would like to see all Protestant churches converted, not to Catholicism, but to ash. I mean, okay, fine, but I think that we could do to or with these new types of heathenism the same thing we did with the old heathenism, which was to co-opt and integrate it. We did it for centuries. So why not now?
What are you doing with the stolen silver?
Stolen? Such an ugly word. I prefer diverted, undisclosed.
Whatever. What do you do with it?
It's used to mint groschen. Genuine groschen.
Genuine? I don't get it.
It's simple, really. Our coiners work with genuine coin dyes. We're producing beautiful, new, and especially clean groschen. No one can tell they're not from the Italian court.
Okay, I mean, reasonable, I guess. If you've got access to real dyes, then they're real groschen. It's not approved. I mean, a groschen is groschen. It's just a measure of weight, really.
About the evidence.
Yes?
I got into a chest with books containing records of all the bribes and payments. Vivac's entire spiderweb.
I see. And I can really count on you not to use any of this against me? Will you give me your word?
I mean, you're not my target. It's Vavak I'm after.
You have my word. I won't blackmail you.
I'm glad to hear that. You've already got everything you need.
Is that all?
Aye, everything.
I'm sure you have something else. Don't tell me you and Vivak didn't exchange letters, for instance.
You must be the devil himself. Here it is. But I'd appreciate it if you kept it to yourself. I'll be on my way.
Okay.
I won't say it was nice to meet you, because that wouldn't be true. I hope we never see each other again.
Farewell.
Yep, let him be. Why not? Where are those dudes I killed and all of their gear? No, nowhere to be seen. Okay, fine. Dice, chest, keys, bed, bright lights. I'm burning my eyeballs. Oh, here they are. Here's the Deadman. Dang, got some nice stuff. But once again, I don't need all this. Need all this. Alright, I'm out of here. How do I get out of here? Oh, wait. Hold on. No, I need to report back to the two Minters. Hey, boys. Wake up.
Just a little longer. No thanks.
Really? We're gonna do this. I'm gonna stand here over you for 4 hours.
Be careful with that scythe.
Guys.
Where do you think you're going? Oh, let me sleep.
No.
Oh, stop that.
Guys, get up. I need to sleep now. What the hell?
Just a little longer.
I hate this. It's so stupid. What? I understand that you're underground and your biorhythm must be horrendously disturbed. But, like, what is going on? There you are. God. Huh?
So, I'm back.
What about the guards, then?
The guards have done guarding. They're dead.
So, do we go?
Well, I suppose we can.
Thank you for everything. God be with you.
I'm gonna follow them out. Because I have no idea how to get out of here otherwise. Vavak is still here for some reason. Okay. Or Barash, not Vavak. Too scared to leave, I suppose. Oh, it's water. Okay. That was weird. Oh, you're okay. Fine, go ahead. That is interesting that there seem to be Mormon temples, or at least Mormon. I don't know what you call their little places that are not temples, but that they are they tend to be right near Catholic churches, and I don't know which order that is really. If the church was placed near the Mormon thingy, or if the Mormon thingies were placed near the churches. Interesting, though. Oh, so another thought that I've been having, though, somewhat related, I suppose. Oh, related to the sort of Mormon meeting house type things. I'm trespassing. Okay, fine.
Quick.
Vaguely related. I keep thinking that, the more I've, well, let me just outright say it, given that it's late and I'm getting I'm getting a little stumbly in terms of thinking. But I've been thinking lately that it seems to me as if rabbinic Judaism is a kind of proto-Protestant version of proper Temple Judaism. Right? Because if Temple Judaism is akin to the Catholic Church, right, with ritual and ceremony and whatnot, and even, God's presence in terms of the sacraments, or in terms of the Shekinah. And the center of Temple Judaism is the sacrifice as an act of worship. Then it seems to me like rabbinic Judaism, with the central act of religion being teaching, being the synagogue, which is essentially a sermon. That strikes me as very similar to a kind of Protestant worship service, where the central part of a Protestant worship service is the sermon. It's teaching. I don't know. There's something very interesting to me about that.
God be with you.
About that sort of parallelism.
Keep the peace, and we'll stay friends.
God be with you.
Good to see you, friend.
Anyway, there's just an interesting comparison there that has come to my mind lately. Hey, Christian. Oh gosh. Right.
I got the evidence against
We're gonna wrap up
Master
after this, I
Vavak.
think.
Really? Let me see.
Here. His handwritten records of the whole scheme.
There are names, amounts paid, mines, smelting works, yields. I'll be damned. This is perfect, Henry. This could wipe him out for good. Where did you find this?
Vavak had a secret mint where coins were minted from the silver they stole. That's where he kept the books.
He obviously had it all worked out to the last detail. Remarkable. Did you have any trouble getting it?
The owner of the smelting works, Buresh, tried to stop me. Luckily, he was reasonable and we made a deal.
What deal?
I let him go in exchange for him telling me everything.
I understand. He's clever enough to know when he's walking on thin ice.
I don't know
Be it as it
your
may,
Pacific time
I'll get in touch with
shenanigans.
Buresh and have
I'm
a
stopping
talk
at
with him.
midnight, whatever
There's
that
one more
is.
thing.
4 minutes.
Was there anyone else in that mint?
There were some coiners being held prisoner.
Jesus Christ! Held prisoner!
Vavak locked them up there to work for him.
My God! He really is an unscrupulous monster. Did you let them out?
No thanks, I'm not sure what you mean by that. Isn't it
took
all
some
Temple
persuading.
Judaism but past the limits?
They were afraid.
Thank God for that.
Not sure what you mean.
When you talked to them, did you see a coin die anywhere?
Yeah.
They gave it to me quite willingly.
I'm curious. Let me see.
Here.
What the?
Oh, yeah. I mean, Temple Judaism
genuine.
and Mormon temple worship are
All the
different
groschen
things, for sure.
minted from the
For sure.
silver stolen
Absolutely.
by Vavak are absolutely clean. In any case, we uncovered something big,
Dramatically
Henry. It's just a shame we don't know for sure how Master Baresh was involved in the whole thing.
Luckily, I've got this. A letter from Vavak to Master Buresh. He actually gave it to me willingly, for letting him go.
This really is the last piece of the mosaic. But be that as it may, we know enough. I've been thinking it all over while you were gone. The scheme Master Ulrich Vavak von Neuhaus has been running under our nose is incredibly insolent. But it's also one of the cleverest fraudulent schemes I've ever heard of. With those books in Rittard's hands, Vivart won't remain long in his post, and it's now pretty clear who will replace him. And a side income like that could prove useful to many people, if you take my meaning.
Oh boy, here we go. I mean, yeah. The problem is, this opens us up, and by us, I mean you. Opens up you to the very same blackmail that we are now holding over Vabak, which is not good. Yeah, no, okay, so Imsim says it claims, that is, Mormon temple worship claims heritage from Temple Judaism and claims to be a continuation, but the ceremonies are very different. Despite claiming to be a restoration, Mormon temple rituals are 19th century invention, plagiarized from Masonic rituals. Yes, from everything I know, that is absolutely right, and that is often the case with any kind of restorationist movement, or any kind of primitivist movement. I've kind of talked about this before, in the context of Star Wars, funny enough. It's one of my criticisms of The Last Jedi. One of many, many criticisms. But yeah, it's a kind of trying to figure out, well, what was X time period really like, and well, we should be doing that, rather than doing what has developed from that. Because what has developed from that is the Catholic Church. Right? So if we're talking about Judaism and rabbinic versus temple Judaism, rabbinic Judaism is, I would say it has essentially nothing to do with Second Temple Judaism, or First Temple for that matter, but Temple Judaism, broadly speaking. Rabbinic Judaism, it has no continuity with Temple Judaism. What does is Catholicism, or what you could, I think, reasonably call Third Temple Judaism. Because what does Christ say about the temple? That you can destroy this temple, and in 3 days I will rebuild it. And guess what? He did. He rose from the dead in 3 days. So there you go. Tell you what, Kevin, just for you, I'll put my Last Jedi video after the stream is over. I'll put it in the description. Go watch. I think it's a good one, and I razz on Protestantism a little bit, so enjoy that too. In any case, right, like I was saying, it's Rabbinic Judaism is a disjointed continuation, whereas Catholicism maintains and fulfills, I should say, the sacrificial system of the temple in Christ. And so that is the correct, proper heir. And it is a contiguous heir. It's a contiguous inheritance of that tradition, rather than being a sort of rupture and restoration, or a rupture and change, like you have with most other primitivist movements, or other kind of restorationist movements, or things like that. If they have no temple, what else? They do. We still have the temple. But we Christians have the temple. Jews do not, because the temple was destroyed and was rebuilt, and they decided not to continue sacrifices in, with, and through the temple, which is the body of Christ. The new temple, so to speak. Imsim says, Catholicism is the completion of Jewish worship whose pinnacle ritual was the sacrifice of Yom Kippur, the holiest day in the Jewish calendar, the Day of Atonement. The Aaronic Jewish high priest enters the Holy of Holies and offers sacrifice to atone for Israel's sins. Christ, as the ultimate high priest, offered himself as an unblemished lamb to atone for our sins, and that atonement, I will continue rather than you, that atonement is a once and for all holy sacrifice, in which we participate. In our own continuations of, in the Eucharist, in the various sacraments. There we go. That's where the connection is. All right, well, let's hear him out about bribing, and then we'll call it a night.
I'm listening.
Or about
And you'd
embezzling.
understand. Everything would stay the same. Entering false figures in the books, processing the ore in the works, a secret mint, only there would be a change. in management. I'll have to find replacements for Fett and Hammond in the mines. But that shouldn't be difficult. A miner jumps at coin like a dog at a bone.
What happened to Herman and Fett?
Not long after you left, Herman disappeared. They saw him on the road to Grunt, and they found Fett on the spoil tip with a broken neck.
Oh, you think it's related?
Who knows? Maybe Herman told someone you were snooping around and that Fett talked. Things like that can get you killed.
Shit.
They're both gone, and now I have to deal with it. I'll have to arrange a deal with Master Boresh. But knowing him, he won't be opposed to a reasonable agreement. And I'll take care of the coiners myself. Nothing really changes for you. You can blackmail Vivak all you want, but keep your tongue tied about the whole scheme. I've got a little something here for you, as a bonus. And I'll give you something extra for the genuine coin die. All you have to do is nod.
Too big a risk.
It's too great a risk, if you ask me. We could all end up dead.
If we learn from Vivak's and Boresh's mistakes, we'll be fine.
This is
well,
unbelievably prideful.
Doesn't that mean you'll be stealing from Ruthard?
Do me a favor. Ruthard will want to be in on it.
How can you be so sure?
If there's one thing I've learned about silver, it's that it's got one special property. It never stinks. It surely doesn't smell bad to you either, eh?
I just want to save my lord, Hans Capon. That's why I'm doing this.
I'm not interested in your motives, Henry. I don't know what you and Ruthard agreed on. That's between you and him. You've heard my offer.
This is a really bad idea, but I wash my hands of it. Go ahead. I don't care. Go for it.
Excellent. You won't regret it, but don't forget. You can blackmail Vivak with the evidence all you want, but leave the Path of Silver to me. Here's your secret records and copies of the books from the mines and the smelting works for comparison.
Thank you.
No, thank you. It was a pleasure working with you, Henry. I wish you the best of luck. Maybe we'll see each other again. And give my regards to Sir Kunzling. It'll be a great weight off his chest.
Okay. This really just seems like...
What are you doing here?
I'm leaving.
It's allowed.
I'm leaving.
Come now. No right to be here.
I'm leaving. There we go. All right. Anyway, yeah, this is probably going to go bite them in the ass, and the next time I see Christian, he might well be dead. If I had to hazard a wild guess. But who knows? I don't. Anyway, yeah, not Henry's problem. Not even slightly Henry's problem. All right, yeah, let's call it there, shall we? It is past midnight, and I gotta get going. Have a wonderful evening, everybody. Thanks for joining me tonight. I will see you guys next time. See you on Thursday for more Expedition 33, and keep your eyes peeled for more clips and things coming out. I've got a couple of more videos planned, and I've got another discussion with Philip Rowe about Charlie Kirk and some other things related, and probably including another friend of ours, Len. We're hoping to record that soon, and so hopefully that'll be out within the next week or two, something like that. So look forward to that as well. Anyway, until then, have a wonderful evening. I will see you guys next time, and remember, don't be safe. Be well. More importantly, be good. Good night.